Okay, so today we're going to talk you through how to take your body measurements accurately so that you've got a record when you're cutting out patterns and sewing them up. The essential kit that you need is a tape measure, a thin piece of ribbon or string that you can mark the waist with to then take other measurements from, a notebook and a pen or pencil, and ideally a friend or somebody to help you out for a few minutes if that's possible. Also, it's a good idea to wear clothes that are quite close fitting to your body and not slippy slidey material so that you can measure accurately with the tape. So we'll talk you through each one and what to measure. So first up is your bust measurement. The idea with this is to measure over the fullest part of the bust and make sure that you keep the tape flat across your back, so ideally where your bra strap would be, and also not to measure too tightly. So it's easier if someone does it for you to keep it straight. Yeah. Okay. So for the waist, the idea is to first of all put your hands here where you would naturally rest them, that's where your natural waistline is. Then pass the tape around the back, and for this measurement you want to measure firmly, so not too loose. So again, keeping it level. You don't have to breathe in, but you still need to take a firm measurement so that the garments don't slide down. Okay, and then the next top tip is if you then take quite a narrow piece of string or ribbon and tie it around that same place, you can then use this as a marker for the next measurements that you're going to take. Okay, so next up is the hip measurement, and for this what you have to do is measure around the fullest part of your buttocks, unfortunately, but it's important that you're accurate. So you pass the tape around and you want to be measuring about between 8 and 9 inches from your waist tip is about the normal distance between your waist and the hips, and about this level here. So you can see, yeah, so that's where you're measuring there for your hip width. The centre front measurement you take from the hollow or the nape in your neck down to your waist here. It's really useful if someone else can do this for you so that you don't bend down and alter that adjustment, or if not, if you're by yourself, then if you stand in front of a mirror to take it, that you'll be more accurate. For your centre back measurement, it goes from the top spinal bone here, so the bumpy part that you can feel on your neck, down to the ribbon at your waist. So you definitely really need somebody to do this one for you. Try and stand tall as well. Okay. So measuring your skirt length is useful because when you're sewing up a skirt, you get an instant idea if the pattern is going to finish at your knee or if it's going to be mini or midi. And you take this measurement again from the string at your waist to just below your knee. Okay. If you haven't got somebody with you to take this measurement, if you use the lower numbers of the tape measure and put them down to just below the knee and then let go, you could also look in a mirror for this, but this gives you a good indication for your skirt length as well. For your arm length, if you're making a jacket or a shirt, you measure from the top of the shoulder here over a slightly bent elbow and down to the wrist, so that obviously if you have putting hands in pockets or moving your arms, if it's a long shirt, then the cuff wouldn't be riding up and down your arm, you'd have enough length in it. You can see that if my arm's just straight, then you do lose 1 inch to 1.5 inches. So it is a very useful measurement. For your hand width, you measure across the widest part of your hand, and you need this if you're constructing pockets to make sure your hands will fit into them, or also for the cuffs on a blouse or a shirt to make sure that they'll fit over the span of your hand when you're putting them on. So once you've made a note of all your body measurements, you can take a picture with your phone, and then you've always got it with you, or write it on a piece of paper and keep it safe somewhere, and then when you're out and about buying fabric or sourcing dressmaking patterns, you've got an instant idea of how much, what size you are and what cloth you need to buy. If you want to make a note of these measurements, then you can go to our website www.jenni smith.co.uk, and we've got a template on there which you can download with the information as to which measurements to take and how to do it as well, so just to help you out if you need it.